Yo, people. So it seems IndyCarlia has dropped a huge exclusive regarding Arsenal and Rafael Leao. Hey, let's find out about it. So look, make sure you're subscribing to the channel, you're liking this video, getting involved in the discussion in the comments, especially if you're new around here. You know what I mean? We're always trying to grow the community, so come join the village and enjoy all the content that we drop on a daily basis. Now look, earlier on in the day, IndyCarlia, he tweeted something and it was like, Arsenal fans, something for you at 10 a.m. And I was like, okay, I wonder what it could be, yeah? Because when it comes to this IndyCarlia guy, for me, I don't know, he's a bit hit and miss. He has got a few big things right and first as well, and he has been accredited by the likes of David Ornstein, who we all know, he's the Arsenal guy. So, cool. If you're getting the big ups from him, I got to listen to you, yeah? And he's come out and he said, exclusive. Nottingham Forest making a loan move for Gabriel Jesus. Yeah? But it doesn't end there. Because Rafael Leao's agent spotted with Arsenal officials in London, according to sources in Italy. I won't lie to you people, Rafael Leao was someone that in the summer I was like, you know what, we should go for him. I wanted the likes of Semenyo, you know. I wanted Rodrigo. We ended up not really signing anyone for that left wing. We signed Eza, who is going to be used on the left. He's going to be used in the left 8 as well. And sometimes the right 8. He's someone that can be moved around the park. But I still did feel like we left the summer transfer window without actually having an out-and-out left winger who can cause chaos, which is what I felt we needed. My two biggest positions of improvement for Arsenal in the summer was striker and left winger. We didn't get, well, we got the striker, boop, boop, bang. We didn't get the left winger. Now, I saw the other day something about how Liverpool, they're moving real fast for Semenyo, yeah? Now, don't get me wrong. I would love Semenyo at Arsenal. But if it turns out that Arsenal decide to go for Rafael Leao instead, I'm not going to be upset. Do you know why? Because he fits the description of what I think is most important for Arsenal at the moment on the left wing, and that is chaos, unpredictability, a bit of flair, drive. This guy is cold when it comes to 1v1s, taking on players. We all know how fleet-footed he is. Yeah, maybe he's not super consistent with output, but that's not what we need on the left wing. We need someone who's going to make it difficult for defenders. We're gonna need someone who, how do I explain it? Someone who, sort of like Madueke, who, whenever he's on the ball, he always wants to make it a 1v1. He always wants it to be, okay, me versus you. All the time, me versus you, yeah? And Leao, he does that to a much better degree. A much better degree than Madueke. Madueke is still cold. And then obviously, if you think about Leao, do you remember, it wasn't this summer. I think it was the summer before. It may have been this summer. No, I think it was the summer before where we saw Declan Rice and Leao training together and everyone was like, ooh, could Arsenal be getting Leao? And it turns out that maybe we've put in the groundwork. And it did feel like when Berta came in, Leao, because of all of the reports that was coming out, it did feel like Leao was one of the top kind of targets for us. Because I won't lie, Leao's name was mentioned bare. Like, I'm seeing bare articles, Leao this, Leao that, and I'm thinking, is it really going to happen? And you know what? He also fits the profile that I feel like Arsenal are kind of looking for as well, and that I feel does very well in the Premier League, is physicality. He's a big unit. He's agile, he's quick, fast, strong. The balance is crazy. He sort of transforms Arsenal's team in a way, you know, because if you think about it, we don't really have too many players that put the ball at their feet and they make something happen. If I was to name, I don't know, Eza, in my opinion, Max Dowman, but he's 15. Ethan Wanyeri, but he's going through a bit of a rough patch at the moment. Madueke, to a degree, but his end product is very similar to Leao. His end product is very up and down. But outside of that, we don't really have too many people. Gabriel Jesus, but apparently he's going the other way. And now, I mean, me personally, I'd like to see a world where we keep Jesus for the remainder of the season and then we bring in Leao. Because I'm not trying to sacrifice players for players, innit? That's not what I'm trying to do. As unrealistic as that may sound, people, and let me know what you feel, people, on that. Yeah, especially on that. Like, am I being greedy? But I feel like I'm in a position where I should be greedy, because this January window, yeah, we could put ourselves in a position, yeah, we could have firmly put ourselves in a position where if we go and maybe add 1 to 2 players, just 1 to 2, add that little bit of quality, we could go on to win it all. Because that's all we really, that's like that just extra bit of quality. And with the likes of Erdegaard coming back, the likes of Havertz coming back, the likes of Martinelli coming back, Madueke coming back, Gyökeres coming back, Jesus coming back, although he may be going the other way, we're getting towards a point now where we've sort of grinded out the tough period, and adding in little gems like this, it could send us to the moon. It could actually send us to the moon. So, look, I know he's not someone that's known for tracking back, which is the one element of this that I find a bit strange. Because Arteta's really big on everybody doing everything in all phases of the game. And he's not really known for it. Like, I don't want to go as far to call him lazy, but he's definitely a luxury player. I'll call him a luxury player. He's a Selfridges. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go there, but sometimes you may stop off and go and grab something nice. But really and truly, more often than not, you should be going to H&M. Or Primark. Do you know what I mean? That's how I kind of see it. You get me? And so that's why I feel like this is kind of it's not strange, but a bit of a out there. So, but maybe, because obviously I do feel like we was having conversations in the summer, and I do feel like that, I guess, work rate and I guess willingness to defend and all of that stuff would have been parts of the discussion, and like how Arteta and Berta sees Leao fitting in at Arsenal. More specifically, Arteta, how he sees Leao developing as a football player at Arsenal. I can only assume if Indicali is right and the agents are with the Arsenal officials and we are trying to progress with the move for January, I can only assume that he would have agreed or at least given off a kind of a good impression to Arteta about him willing to do all of that stuff that's really key to our system and really important to the way that we play on the pitch. Now, I know him as a left winger, but I wouldn't put it past him being able to sometimes play on the right. But hey, I mean, he's even got the stature to maybe sometimes play in the 9. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is kind of versatile. So, I mean, and he comes with Champions League experience. You know, he's played at the highest level, you know, currently at AC Milan. He's played for Portugal, international level. He's experienced. The only question mark is how does it translate over to the Premier League? Because, for example, just look at Wirtz. Yeah, he's had good performances, but he hasn't translated over from the Bundesliga how you would have expected. And usually players that, be it as it may, it's usually Italians, but usually players that come from the Italian league, it's an Aladdin thing. It's a whole new world, and they don't always adjust. So, I mean, let's see how it goes. Me, personally, I'm happy with this. I'll be honest. I would prefer Semenyo at this point, just for the Premier League experience. And, like, obviously, I watch more of Semenyo than I do of Leao. So, currently, as it stands, I know more about Semenyo. Obviously, all of my stuff on Leao is from games I've watched in the past. So, I don't even know if he's even currently at that level that I've seen him at in the past. And I feel like Leao's a bit more frustrating. He's a more frustrating player than Semenyo. Like, Semenyo, you get what's on the tin with Semenyo. But with Leao, it's like, you know that he can do so much more. But it just doesn't always come out. So yeah, people, let me know what you think about this. Would you like to see this move happen? Where do you see Leao fitting in? Do you think he comes in and he's first team, or is it rotation? I don't know. Like, how do you feel about Jesus going the other way? Do you think it's wise? I don't know. Maybe there's no place for him to fit into this current team because everybody's kind of playing at this level and he has come off of a big injury. So maybe getting a bit more, I don't know, a bit more energy in his body. But I don't know. I think he's leaving. Well, not leaving, but I feel like his contract is up in this summer. So maybe we're doing something similar to what we did with Zinchenko, right? You know, just get them off the books. Yeah, to save as much money as possible before they leave, because we wasn't able to generate any money for them. But yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you next time, people. Peace.